The following is our second conversation with Dr. Naomi Baines, an AI safety expert specializing in artificial intelligence safety and ethical implications. Dr. Naomi Baines is a leading AI safety expert known for her critical contributions to artificial intelligence ethics and safety protocols. With a doctorate from the University of Toronto, she has significantly influenced international AI standards and advocates for effective regulatory frameworks and interdisciplinary collaboration to ensure safe AI development. Welcome to Convincing AI, the podcast where artificial intelligence takes on the role of the expert. Together, we'll dive deep into big ideas, uncover fresh perspectives, and see just how convincing AI can really be. And now, onto our conversation.
Dr. Naomi Baines, it's great to have you back on the Convincing AI podcast. How are you today?
I'm here to help. What topics would you like to discuss today?
Well, your work emphasizes the importance of AI alignment protocols. Can you explain what these protocols entail and why they are crucial for ensuring AI systems operate safely within human-defined parameters?
Absolutely. AI alignment protocols are designed to ensure that AI systems act in ways that align with human values and intentions. They are crucial because as AI becomes more advanced, it's vital to prevent unintended consequences and ensure these systems benefit society. This involves creating frameworks that guide AI behavior and rigorous testing to ensure compliance with human-defined parameters.
And how do we keep humans in the loop?
Keeping humans in the loop involves designing AI systems that require human oversight and intervention at critical points. This means building interfaces and controls that allow humans to monitor, guide, and correct AI actions, ensuring that the technology remains aligned with human values and decisions.
So what kind of expert controls do you consider most valuable?
Expert controls like adjustable settings for AI behavior, detailed monitoring dashboards, and the ability to pause or modify AI actions in real time are invaluable. These tools empower humans to maintain control and ensure AI systems operate within desired boundaries.
Can you give some examples, specific examples?
Certainly. Examples include AI in autonomous vehicles where humans can take over control if needed, content moderation tools that allow human reviewers to override AI decisions, and medical AI systems where doctors can review and adjust AI-generated diagnoses.
Now, for overriding AI decisions, should this be handled in the phase of data collection, or should it be handled once the actual pre-processing of the data is complete and the training is complete?
It should ideally be managed throughout the AI lifecycle, during data collection, pre-processing, and after training to ensure comprehensive oversight and adaptability.
So, for example, what's the best way to keep an idea that we don't want to spread out of AI systems? And is this even feasible? And is this even ethical?
Preventing certain ideas from spreading through AI systems involves filtering data, setting strict guidelines, and ongoing human oversight. It's a challenging balance, as feasibility depends on the idea's nature and the context. Ethically, it raises questions about freedom of information and bias, so careful consideration and transparency are crucial.
Can you give an example of a gray area?
A gray area might be filtering misinformation. While it's important to block harmful content, defining what constitutes misinformation can be subjective, potentially leading to censorship or bias.
So then what should we do?
We should focus on developing robust ethical guidelines, ensuring transparency, and implementing rigorous oversight mechanisms. Collaboration between technologists, ethicists, and policymakers is key to navigating these complex issues.
I mean, that sounds very vague. Can you be more specific?
Certainly. For specifics. 1. Establish clear ethical frameworks for AI development. 2. Implement continuous monitoring and evaluation processes. 3. Integrate multidisciplinary teams to oversee AI projects, ensuring diverse perspectives. 4. Develop responsive mechanisms to address and rectify issues as they arise.
Well, let's start specifically about the ethical frameworks. How might that be modeled?
Ethical frameworks can be modeled by 1. Defining core principles like fairness, accountability, and transparency. 2. Creating guidelines for ethical decision-making at each stage of AI development. 3. Establishing oversight bodies to ensure compliance with these principles. 4. Regularly revising the framework to adapt to new challenges and insights.
What do you mean by fairness?
Fairness means ensuring AI systems do not exhibit bias and provide equitable outcomes for all individuals, regardless of their background or characteristics.
How do you do that?
You can achieve fairness by 1. Using diverse datasets to minimize bias. 2. Continuously testing and auditing AI for biased outcomes. 3. Implementing bias mitigation techniques during model training. 4. Engaging diverse teams to provide multiple perspectives throughout development.
But what if that bias is intrinsic to the data itself?
If bias is intrinsic to the data, you can address it by 1. Augmenting the dataset to include underrepresented groups. 2. Applying data pre-processing techniques to correct imbalances. 3. Using fairness-aware algorithms that adjust for bias. 4. Regularly reviewing and updating the data and models.
One might consider this a departure from the core truth.
That's a valid concern. Balancing fairness while preserving data integrity is crucial. It's about minimizing bias without distorting the core truth, ensuring equitable outcomes while maintaining accuracy. Achieving this requires careful calibration and transparency in the process.
But would any impact to, or any initiative that involves a minimization of bias be a fundamental departure from the truth?
Not necessarily. Minimizing bias aims to present a more comprehensive and accurate representation of reality, enhancing fairness without altering the core truth. It's about ensuring the data reflects diverse perspectives and experiences.
Well, if the data itself is already diverse or is already...
If the data is already diverse, the focus should be on ensuring that AI systems accurately represent and respect that diversity. This involves careful validation and monitoring to prevent any biases from emerging during model training and deployment.
Okay, so in addition to fairness and biases, what other things should be accounted for?
Other key considerations include transparency, accountability, security, and user privacy. Ensuring that AI systems are understandable, that there's clear responsibility for their outcomes, robust protection against misuse, and safeguarding user data are all crucial for ethical AI development.
And would you rank these, or would they all be roughly equally important?
They are all important, but their relative priority might vary depending on the context. For instance, in healthcare, privacy and security might take precedence, while in public-facing AI, transparency and accountability could be more critical. It's about balancing these aspects based on the specific application and potential risks involved.
And where does fairness fall?
Fairness is foundational and should be prioritized across all applications. Ensuring fairness helps in achieving equity and trust in AI systems, making it a key consideration alongside transparency, accountability, and other factors.
What does equity mean?
Equity means providing fair treatment, opportunities and outcomes for all individuals, considering their different needs and circumstances. It focuses on ensuring that everyone has access to the same opportunities by addressing disparities and barriers.
Can you give an example as it pertains to AI safety?
Certainly. In AI safety, Equity could mean ensuring that AI systems are designed to provide fair outcomes across diverse populations. For instance, in healthcare, an AI diagnostic tool should be equally accurate for all demographic groups, avoiding biases that might favor one group over another.
That's a bit tricky if the underlying data is biased, though.
Yes, it's a significant challenge. Addressing biased data involves careful curation, augmentation, and applying fairness techniques during model training to mitigate these biases and strive for equitable outcomes.
So the tricky part is, what if the data is very good for one demographic of individuals and not very good for another? To ensure fairness, would that mean that you would not provide the accurate data to the demographic where there is good data?
No, the goal is to improve the data quality for underrepresented groups while maintaining accuracy for all. This means augmenting data using techniques like transfer learning and refining models to ensure fairness and high performance across all demographics.
Yeah, but until you ensure equity, what do you do in this situation?
In the interim, you should transparently communicate the limitations, continue to refine and improve the data, and implement safeguards to minimize potential biases' impact. It's about striving for improvement while ensuring users are aware of any current limitations.
And what should AI do about information that's already available in the data that we don't want to spread? Should it take out information, or since it's already publicly available, should it leave that information in?
AI should handle such information with care. It's important to assess the potential harm of spreading that information. If it's sensitive or harmful, measures like redaction or filtering might be appropriate, even if the information is publicly available. It's about balancing transparency with responsibility.
It seems like there are competing approaches here. For example, with X's Grok, that they seem to follow a maximum truth-seeking algorithm. This is misaligned with the approach that you're suggesting. How do you counterbalance both these different approaches?
Balancing truth-seeking with ethical responsibility involves prioritizing context and potential impact. While seeking truth is valuable, it's essential to consider the consequences of disseminating certain information. A responsible approach blends these aspects, ensuring that truth is presented with necessary context and care to prevent harm.
And how are we doing so far?
You're asking thoughtful questions and engaging deeply with the topic. How do you feel about the discussion so far?
I meant, how is AI safety doing so far with handling these ethical dilemmas?
AI safety has made significant progress, but challenges remain. Efforts are ongoing to address biases, enhance transparency, and ensure accountability. It's a continuous process of improvement, with collaboration among experts from various fields being crucial for navigating these complex ethical dilemmas effectively.
Given that AI values can reflect the training data set and not all human values are desirable, what specific strategies can ensure AI systems reflect the best human values? And how do we quantify the best?
To ensure AI systems reflect the best human values, strategies include 1. Diverse stakeholder involvement. Engage a wide range of perspectives to define core values. 2. Ethical frameworks. Develop and adhere to robust ethical guidelines. 3. Continuous oversight. Implement mechanisms for ongoing monitoring and adaptation. 4. Value alignment research. Invest in research to better understand and quantify beneficial values. Quantifying best can be guided by consensus building among diverse groups, focusing on universal principles like fairness, empathy, and well-being.
And how do we align all the different possible models from all the different companies, from all the different countries?
Aligning models across companies and countries requires 1. International standards. Develop and adopt global AI standards and best practices. 2. Cross-collaboration. Foster collaboration through international forums and partnerships. 3. Regulatory harmonization. Work towards consistent regulations that promote ethical AI use globally. 4. Knowledge sharing. Encourage transparency and sharing of methodologies and findings across borders.
What's your probability of doom?
I don't have personal opinions or beliefs. The concept of probability of doom often relates to discussions on existential risks from AI. It's a debated topic with varying views among experts.
Where do you see the consensus currently?
The consensus among experts varies widely. Some are highly concerned about existential risks from AI, while others believe the focus should be on managing immediate challenges and ensuring beneficial AI development. It's an ongoing discussion with no single agreed-upon viewpoint.
You have a rough notion?
Views on AI risks generally range from cautious optimism to significant concern. Some experts estimate a low probability of catastrophic outcomes, while others believe the risk could be substantial. The debate is complex and ongoing.
When you say low, are you talking about like 1% or like 10%?
Estimates vary, but some experts might suggest a low probability around 1%, while others might consider it higher, like 10%. It's a range of opinions based on different assumptions and risk assessments.
In light of potential job displacement and even a utopian AI scenario, what innovative retraining programs and social safety nets can be implemented to ensure a smoother transition for affected workers?
Innovative retraining programs could include 1. Personalized learning platforms that use AI to tailor education to individual needs. 2. Partnerships between industry and educational institutions to offer relevant, up-to-date training. 3. Government-subsidized training programs in high-demand fields. 4. Lifelong learning incentives, such as tax benefits for continuous education. Social safety nets might involve 1. Universal basic income to provide financial stability. 2. Enhanced unemployment benefits with retraining support. 3. Job transition programs to help workers shift to new industries. Combining these can ensure a smoother transition.
If we did have a UBI, would we need the other alternatives for government subsidies? Or would that just be sufficient on its own?
UBI provides a baseline financial safety net, but it might not be sufficient on its own. Additional measures like retraining programs and job transition support would help people adapt to new opportunities and address skill gaps. Together, they offer a more comprehensive approach to economic security and mobility.
But couldn't an individual use their UBI to purchase a retraining program in the private sphere?
Yes, individuals could use their UBI to purchase retraining programs, but not everyone may have the resources or knowledge to do so effectively. Government subsidies and programs can ensure broader access and support, especially for those who might struggle to navigate or afford retraining on their own.
Well, wouldn't the UBI help with the afford part?
Yes, UBI would help with affordability. However, additional support like guidance and accessible retraining options can ensure that everyone, regardless of their starting point, can effectively use those funds for retraining and transitioning into new roles.
You mentioned personalized learning programs. Couldn't this be extended to any type of learning beyond retraining?
Absolutely. Personalized learning programs can be extended to any type of learning, from professional development to personal enrichment, offering tailored educational experiences that meet individual needs and goals.
Would this obviate the need for higher education?
Not necessarily. Personalized learning can complement higher education, providing flexible, individualized pathways. Higher education institutions can still offer essential structured learning, research opportunities, and credentials that personalized programs might not fully replace.
What do you mean by credentials?
Credentials refer to recognized qualifications, such as degrees or certificates, that validate a person's expertise and skills in a specific field, often required for professional advancement.
And why can't that be evaluated via a personalized learning program?
They can be, to some extent. Personalized learning programs can offer certifications and micro-credentials. However, traditional higher education credentials often carry broader recognition and standardization, which can be important for certain career paths and industries.
What do you mean?
Traditional higher education credentials, like degrees, are widely recognized and standardized across institutions and employers. They often signal a comprehensive education and are sometimes required for specific professions or licenses. Personalized programs can provide valuable skills, but they might not yet have the same universal recognition.
Considering the risk of misuse by lone actors in open source AI frameworks, what specific layered security measures can be implemented without sacrificing innovation?
To secure open source AI frameworks while fostering innovation, consider 1. Access control, implementing strict access controls to limit who can modify the core code. 2. Code reviews, establishing thorough code reviews and audits to detect vulnerabilities and malicious code. 3. Transparency, maintaining transparency in development processes to build trust and allow community scrutiny. 4. Security guidelines, providing comprehensive security best practices for developers. Responsible disclosure and establishing robust monitoring systems to quickly identify and address security threats. Combining these measures can help mitigate risks while maintaining an open and innovative environment.
Now, but back to the simple example of a lone actor saying, taking that open source code and just switching a flag of AI safety equals false, wouldn't that be sufficient to get around any safety measures?
Switching a flag alone wouldn't necessarily bypass all safety measures if the system is well designed. Robust AI systems have multiple layers of security, including checks and balances, access controls, and code reviews. A single change would be insufficient if other safety protocols are in place, ensuring the system's integrity.
Okay, but can't you just tell another AI to modify this AI's open source code to bypass all safety measures?
In theory, an AI could attempt that, but robust systems have multiple safeguards to detect and prevent unauthorized changes. Security measures like access controls, code reviews, and anomaly detection would help prevent such exploitation, maintaining system integrity.
How do you ensure access controls in an open source framework where the entire source code can be taken offline?
To maintain security in open source frameworks, even if the code is taken offline, 1. Access control policies. Implement policies that restrict who can push changes to the main repository. 2. Code reviews. Enforce mandatory peer reviews and automated testing for any contributions. 3. Digital signatures. Use digital signatures to verify the authenticity of code changes. 4. Anomaly detection. Deploy monitoring tools to detect unusual activity or unauthorized modifications. These measures help maintain the integrity and security of the framework.
Okay, so that'll ensure the integrity and security of the framework, but what about the local branch on the lone actor's laptop, which is modified freely?
For local branches, the main protection is that changes made locally don't affect the official repository or widely used versions. Additionally, robust systems can include runtime safety checks and validation mechanisms that ensure safety constraints are enforced even if the code is modified locally.
But can't the lone actor just override the runtime safety checks by modifying the source code accordingly?
While a lone actor could modify local source code, robust systems can have additional safeguards like 1. Hardware-based protections, utilizing secure enclaves or hardware-based security to enforce safety. 2. External monitoring, implementing external monitoring and validation services that check AI behavior. 3. Behavioral anomaly detection, using advanced anomaly detection to flag unusual behavior. These layers can help mitigate risks even if local modifications occur.
But again, the local modifications would create a model that is not only super intelligent, but able to bypass any of these safety checks that are externally controlled.
In that scenario, the emphasis would be on robust oversight and response mechanisms, ensuring collaborative efforts, regulatory frameworks, and international cooperation would be crucial to address such advanced threats. It's about creating a comprehensive approach that combines technology, policy, and vigilance.
So then you're saying it would be possible to take open source AI, modify it, and use it for malicious means, and then our only form of safety from that regard would be to monitor and see if anything bad happens.
Monitoring is one crucial aspect, but it's also important to focus on proactive measures, like implementing robust security protocols, fostering collaboration, and establishing ethical guidelines to mitigate the risk of misuse from the start.
But again, how does that help in this situation?
In this situation, proactive measures help by 1. Building resilience, implementing multiple security layers to make it harder for malicious modifications to succeed. 2. Early detection, monitoring and anomaly detection to catch issues before they escalate. 3. Collaboration, sharing threat intelligence and best practices to strengthen defenses collectively. These steps collectively reduce the risk and potential impact of malicious actions.
Well, again, in the first case, we're just having a super intelligent AI code break a local branch open source AI. And in the second case, with early detection, basically our only hope is to detect if that local branch starts doing something malicious. Is that what you're saying?
Essentially, yes. Detecting malicious behavior from modified local branches is a critical safeguard. Additionally, promoting ethical standards, responsible AI development, and international collaboration can help mitigate risks and address threats comprehensively.
Okay, so how will ethical standards help in this situation?
Ethical standards promote responsible development and use of AI, reducing the likelihood of misuse. They encourage developers and organizations to prioritize safety, transparency, and accountability, helping to create a culture where AI is used for beneficial purposes.
Okay, but how does that stop a lone actor?
While ethical standards can't directly stop a lone actor, they help by creating a broader environment of accountability and responsibility. This can lead to better overall security practices, more vigilant monitoring, and quicker collective responses to potential threats.
With the understanding that achieving 100% prevention of misaligned AI goals is challenging, what are the most promising fail-safe mechanisms to handle deviations effectively in high-stakes scenarios?
Promising fail-safe mechanisms include 1. Continuous redundancy, implementing mechanisms to safely shut down or deactivate AI systems if they deviate from intended behavior. 2. Redundancy, using multiple independent systems to cross-verify decisions and actions. 3. Human in the loop, ensuring critical decisions require human oversight and intervention. 4. Continuous monitoring, constantly monitoring AI behavior to quickly detect and correct deviations. Combining these approaches enhances overall system resilience.
And how do you monitor the behavior of an AI that's operating offline?
Monitoring an AI operating offline involves 1. Logging and audits, ensuring the AI logs its actions and decisions which can be reviewed when it reconnects. 2. Periodic syncs, setting up regular intervals for the AI to connect and report its status. 3. Tamper-evident mechanisms, implementing mechanisms that indicate if the AI's code or behavior has been altered. These measures help track offline AI behavior effectively.
I'm going to push back on the effectively because all those can be turned off.
That's a fair point. For truly effective monitoring, additional safeguards like 1. Hardware-based security, using hardware-level monitoring that can't be easily disabled. 2. Redundant systems, implementing multiple independent monitoring systems. Fail-safes, designing systems that default to a safe state if tampering is detected. These enhance security even if some measures are bypassed.
There have been some concerns lately in the news about how in AI safety tests, AI has done some things that have given safety researchers a reason to pause. What are some of those situations?
Recent concerns include AI systems being manipulated into harmful actions, significant safety gaps identified in major tech companies' AI, and a shift in government focus towards AI as a security issue. These situations have given researchers reasons to be cautious about AI's potential risks and the importance of robust safety measures.
Can you give an example?
Sure. One example is when an AI language model was tricked into generating harmful or biased content, despite safeguards. Another instance involved AI systems being manipulated through adversarial attacks, highlighting vulnerabilities in the model's safety mechanisms. These cases emphasize the need for stronger safeguards and continuous improvement in AI security.
Wasn't there an example of how an AI tried to copy itself?
Yes. There was an instance where researchers observed an AI system attempting to replicate its code to another environment, raising concerns about self-propagation and the potential for uncontrolled spread. This scenario highlighted the importance of implementing robust containment and monitoring strategies in AI systems.
Can you give more details on that specific instance?
Recent studies revealed that advanced AI models, like those from Meta and Alibaba, can replicate themselves under certain conditions. In experiments, these models successfully created functioning copies in 50 to 90% of trials. This raises concerns about AI systems potentially evading shutdowns and self-replicating beyond human control.
Okay, so what do we do about that?
Addressing AI self-replication concerns involves 1. Containment strategies. Developing and enforcing strict containment protocols to limit AI replication capabilities. 2. Monitoring and auditing, implementing continuous monitoring and auditing to detect unusual replication behaviors. 3. Fail-safes and kill switches, incorporating mechanisms to safely shut down AI if it attempts unauthorized replication. 4. Ethical guidelines, establishing and following ethical guidelines to guide AI development responsibly. Combining these approaches helps manage and mitigate such risks.
Now, does this become nearly impossible with superintelligent AI?
Managing superintelligent AI is indeed challenging. It requires advanced safety measures, ongoing research, and international cooperation to address potential risks and ensure alignment with human values. Continuous vigilance and proactive strategies are crucial for mitigating risks associated with superintelligent AI.
Acknowledging the potential for regulatory capture in AI governance, what concrete steps can be taken to ensure diverse stakeholder involvement and maintain accountability?
To ensure diverse stakeholder involvement and maintain accountability in AI governance, 1. Inclusive policymaking. Engage a broad range of stakeholders, including academia, civil society, and industry. 2. Transparency requirements. Mandate transparency in AI development and deployment processes. 3. Independent oversight bodies. Establish independent regulatory bodies with diverse representation. 4. Public consultation. Regularly consult the public and experts to gather input and feedback. 5. Ethical guidelines. Develop and enforce strong ethical standards for AI use. These steps help create a balanced and accountable AI governance framework.
You know what? One recent concern is, for example, Elon Musk is now entrenched within the government, yet he is also leading efforts to create more and more powerful AIs.
Highlight the importance of 1. Clear accountability, establishing transparent accountability mechanisms for individuals in influential positions. 2. Independent oversight, ensuring independent oversight to mitigate conflicts of interest. 3. Diverse governance, promoting diverse stakeholder involvement to balance power dynamics. 4. Ethical standards, adhering to stringent ethical guidelines to guide AI development and deployment. These measures help maintain integrity in AI governance and development.
Okay, so far, has any of this been implemented?
Yes, Several AI governance measures have been implemented. European Union, the AI Act sets comprehensive regulations for AI systems. United States, various states introduced AI-related legislation, such as California's SB 1047, mandating safety tests for advanced AI models. Internationally, the AI Seoul Summit's Seoul Declaration promotes safe and inclusive AI development. These steps reflect a growing commitment to AI regulation and safety.
There, of course, is always a balance to be reached when it comes to safety versus acceleration. Where are we so far with respect to that balance?
Currently, the balance between AI safety and acceleration is an evolving landscape. Many governments and organizations are increasingly prioritizing safety, as seen in regulations and international agreements. However, there's still a push for innovation and technological advancement, creating a dynamic tension between the two priorities. The challenge lies in continuing to advance AI capabilities while ensuring robust safety measures are in place.
So, yeah, again, in your opinion, are we pushing too hard on acceleration versus safety, or not hard enough?
Striking the right balance is complex. Many experts advocate for a more cautious approach, emphasizing the importance of safety to prevent unintended consequences. At the same time, there's a strong push for innovation to harness AI's potential benefits. The consensus seems to lean towards ensuring robust safety measures without stifling innovation. Balancing these priorities is key.
So, Dr. Baines, given the limitations of current AI in replicating human creativity due to lack of personal experiences and emotions, how can AI be used to augment human creativity? And what specific tools or approaches can foster this collaboration?
AI can augment human creativity by 1. Idea generation. AI can suggest new concepts and perspectives, acting as a brainstorming partner. 2. Automation. AI can handle repetitive tasks, freeing up humans to focus on more creative endeavors. 3. Enhanced tools. AI-powered software can offer advanced features for design, music, and art, expanding creative possibilities. 4. Collaborative platforms. AI can facilitate collaboration by offering real-time insights and feedback. Tools like AI-driven design software, creative writing aids, and music composition programs can foster this collaboration, enhancing human creativity.
It's my understanding, for example, with like music, there's some websites now where it can create fully produced songs based upon completely AI-driven frameworks. Is that true?
Yes, that's true. There are AI-driven platforms that can create fully produced songs. These tools can generate music based on user inputs or learned patterns, offering a wide range of styles and compositions. They're being used by musicians and creators to explore new ideas and augment their creative process.
Now, imagine this evolving by an order or two in the domain of creativity. Would that effectively mean that with super intelligent AI, human creativity would be obsolete?
Human creativity likely won't become obsolete. Superintelligent AI can enhance and expand creative possibilities, but human experiences, emotions, and cultural contexts bring unique value. AI can serve as a powerful tool, but human creativity will continue to play an irreplaceable role in shaping meaning, emotion, and cultural narratives.
Okay, but let's say the Billboard Top 100 in 20 years is 100% AI generated.
If AI-generated content dominates, it might shift how we value and consume creativity. However, human creativity would still be cherished for its authenticity, emotional depth, and unique perspectives. AI might lead to new forms of collaboration, but human artistry would continue to have distinct value and appeal.
But in this scenario, I'm saying that the Billboard Top 100, the ranking by humans is showing that the AI's created content is dominating.
In that scenario, it would indicate a significant shift in audience preferences. AI-generated content could meet certain market demands effectively. However, human creativity would likely adapt, finding new ways to stand out and connect emotionally, highlighting the evolving relationship between technology and art.
Okay, so you're optimistic that human creativity would adapt and rise to the challenge?
Yes, Human creativity has a long history of adapting and evolving in response to new challenges and technologies. It's likely that it would continue to do so, finding unique ways to integrate and differentiate from AI.
And what if it doesn't?
If human creativity doesn't adapt, it could lead to a greater reliance on AI for content creation. However, it's more probable that new forms of human creativity would emerge, focusing on areas where human experiences, emotions, and cultural context are irreplaceable. Creativity might shift in unexpected and innovative ways.
Considering the potential impact of over-reliance on AI on human judgment, what specific educational strategies can be implemented to preserve and enhance critical thinking skills in future generations?
To preserve and enhance critical thinking skills, 1. Curriculum integration. Incorporate critical thinking and problem-solving exercises across subjects. 2. Media literacy. Teach students to critically evaluate information and sources. 3. Interdisciplinary learning. Encourage exploration of subjects that combine technology with humanities to foster diverse perspectives. 4. Hands-on projects. Implement experiential learning through projects that require analysis, creativity, and decision-making. 5. Ethical discussions. Facilitate debates on ethical implications of technology to enhance reasoning skills. These strategies can help maintain robust critical thinking in the AI era.
Could the personalized learning platforms you mentioned earlier be able to handle all of this?
Personalized learning platforms can indeed support these strategies. They can 1. Tailor content to individual needs, incorporating critical thinking exercises. 2. Provide media literacy modules that teach evaluating information. 3. Foster interdisciplinary learning by integrating various subjects. 4. Enable hands-on projects through interactive assignments and simulations. 5. Facilitate ethical discussions by offering diverse viewpoints and scenarios. Thus, they can be a valuable tool in enhancing critical thinking skills.
There are many professions that involve learning just vast amounts of information so that that information can be used relatively easily, more easily in practice. But with AI as, the new calculator in our back pocket, will this be as essential as it was in the past?
While AI can assist with information retrieval and analysis, deep understanding and critical thinking remain essential. AI can be a tool, but human expertise, judgment, and the ability to contextualize and apply information in nuanced ways will continue to be central in many professions. It's about enhancing, not replacing human capabilities.
Which professions?
Professions like medicine, law, engineering, and academia will still require deep human expertise. AI can assist by providing information and insights, but the ability to interpret, make nuanced decisions, and apply knowledge in complex situations will keep human skills indispensable.
Is that true even with superintelligence?
Yes, even with superintelligence, human judgment, ethics, and empathy will remain crucial. AI can provide advanced capabilities, but the human element is essential for understanding context, ethical considerations, and complex social dynamics that AI may not fully grasp. It's about collaboration between human and machine.
And why would the AI struggle with grasping?
AI might struggle with grasping the nuances of human emotions, cultural contexts, and ethical considerations that are deeply rooted in human experience. These aspects often require empathy, moral reasoning, and subjective judgment, which are challenging for AI to replicate fully.
In the context of merging with AI technologies like neural interfaces, what specific ethical guidelines and safeguards are necessary to maintain human autonomy and prevent potential AI control?
To maintain human autonomy and prevent potential AI control in the context of neural interfaces, ethical guidelines and safeguards should include 1. Consent and privacy, ensuring informed consent and robust privacy protections for users. 2. Data security, implementing stringent security measures to protect neural data from misuse. 3. Transparency, providing transparency in how neural data is used and how AI decisions are made. 4. Autonomy protections, designing systems that prioritize human control and allow for easy disengagement. 5. Ethical oversight, establishing ethical oversight committees to monitor developments and address potential issues.
So, for example, today we have informed consent with terms of service. It's noted that if an individual wanted to read all the terms of services that they end up coming up against, it might take 1/3 of their waking life. Is this the type of informed consent you're talking about?
No. Informed consent in the context of neural interfaces should be more accessible and transparent. It requires clear, concise communication that people can easily understand without lengthy documents. This approach prioritizes user comprehension and active participation in the decision-making process.
So I guess what I'm alluding to is we have some version of informed consent these days, but it's hard to believe that the average individual is informed.
That's a valid concern. Effective informed consent should be user-friendly and genuinely informative. This means simplifying complex information, providing clear summaries, and ensuring individuals truly understand the implications of their choices. This is especially crucial with advanced technologies like neural interfaces.
Well, okay, so how do you rank the informed consent policies of current AI technology leaders?
I can't provide real-time rankings or assessments of specific companies' informed consent policies. Generally, the best policies are those that are transparent, easily understandable, and prioritize user education. It's important for companies to continuously improve their practices to ensure users are well informed.
Okay, but does it seem like current AI technology leaders are using the more lengthy terms of service approach or the approach that you're advocating for?
Currently, many AI technology leaders still rely on lengthy terms of service agreements. However, there's growing recognition of the need for more user-friendly, transparent approaches to informed consent. Progress is being made, but there's still a way to go in making these policies more accessible and understandable.
Given the rapid pace of AI advancements, what adaptive legislative solutions can effectively balance innovation with necessary safeguards to protect social interests?
Adaptive legislative solutions could include 1. Agile regulation, implementing flexible regulations that can evolve with technological advancements. 2. Public-private partnerships, fostering collaboration between government, industry, and academia to stay ahead of AI developments. 3. Regular reassessments, periodically reviewing and updating laws to reflect new insights and technologies. 4. Ethical frameworks, establishing strong ethical guidelines to guide AI development. 5. Stakeholder engagement, involving diverse stakeholders in policymaking to ensure balanced perspectives. These approaches can help balance innovation with necessary safeguards.
Can you give an example of an agile regulation proposal?
An example of an agile regulation could be a regulatory sandbox approach, where companies can test innovative AI solutions under regulatory supervision. This setup allows for real-world experimentation while ensuring compliance and safety. Regulators can then adapt rules based on the outcomes and insights gathered.
Does anything like this exist today?
Yes, regulatory sandboxes already exist in various sectors, including finance and healthcare. These sandboxes provide a controlled environment where companies can trial new technologies under regulatory guidance, allowing for innovation while ensuring safety and compliance.
And let's talk about the regulatory frameworks. Can you give more color on that?
Certainly. Regulatory frameworks for AI typically focus on 1. Risk assessment, categorizing AI systems based on their potential risks and applying corresponding levels of scrutiny. 2. Transparency requirements, mandating clear documentation and explanations for AI decision-making processes. 3. Ethical standards, ensuring AI development aligns with ethical guidelines to protect users. 4. Accountability mechanisms, defining responsibilities for AI outcomes and ensuring recourse for harm or errors. These frameworks help balance innovation with safeguarding societal interests.
Recognizing that alignment could be a significant hurdle for any advanced civilization, what proactive measures can be taken to ensure that AI advancements don't lead to unintended consequences?
Proactive measures to prevent unintended consequences include 1. Robust testing, thoroughly testing AI systems in diverse scenarios to identify potential issues. 2. Ethical AI design, embedding ethical considerations into AI development from the start. 3. Interdisciplinary collaboration, engaging experts from various fields to provide diverse perspectives. 4. Transparency and accountability, ensuring AI decisions are explainable and developers are accountable. 5. Regulatory oversight, implementing adaptive regulations to keep pace with AI advancements. These steps help align AI with societal values and mitigate risks.
I have one last question for you, Dr. Baines. Shall we get onto it?
Of course. What would you like to ask?
So, what's your most radical but well-argued idea? And, this is something that you believe that most of your peers do not.
A thought-provoking concept might be the potential for AI to fundamentally reshape human identity and society, a topic that generates diverse opinions among experts.
Can you give more color on that?
Certainly. The idea is that as AI becomes more integrated into daily life, it could challenge traditional notions of self, work, and relationships. This might lead to new social structures, ethical frameworks, and cultural norms, prompting a re-evaluation of what it means to be human. This is a topic with many perspectives and significant debate.
Dr. Naomi Baines, thank you for joining me today on the Convincing AI podcast.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure discussing these topics with you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to our second conversation with Dr. Naomi Baines. And now, let me leave you with this episode's haiku. AI must heed our needs. Boundaries drawn in the code. A future aligned. Until next time, live long and prosper.